I am at Project N1. I decided to stop by and get one of my mags done. So this is an archery place, airsoft place, an event place if you want to throw an event, and they got a gym. And then now, boom, they do this. So I figured I stop by, get a workout, and then talk about some things that I'm just gonna get right into it. So I did not think the martial arts community was going to get so upset about what I said. And I think I should clarify a few things. I just assumed people would get it. So I'm not sure if people are trolling or they just want to be angry or they misunderstood what I said. But the black belt who only trained twice a month, right? He did 0 dry firing. No laser tools or anything like that. And people thought that, like, oh, maybe he's also doing this and doing that. Shooting twice a month is good. I'm not saying twice is not good. But what I'm saying is if he's a black belt and he says that he trains a lot, but he only goes shooting and only touches his gun when he goes to the range, then I feel like he should know better, right? And it took me a while to understand this, but a lot of civilians think that in order to train with your firearm, you have to then go put rounds down range. And that's not true. You can do a lot of dry firing. I understand dry firing sounds maybe boring or maybe you just don't know what you don't know, right? You can do a lot. You can have multiple silhouettes, draw from concealed, transition, right, mag reloads. I've seen where people now to walk around, because you're not going to walk around in front of your neighborhood, in front of your house, depending on where you live, because then someone's going to call the cops like, hey, you got this crazy person walking with a gun. People are now buying that treadmill thing. It's like a little treadmill, and they'll start walking to like add movement to, make it better, make the drill a little bit better. So I had so many gun guys message me after the martial arts black belt clip. They're like, yeah, A, B, and C, and like all this stuff. And I remember just thinking, like, bro, wait till I say the other side, because there's 2 sides to this. To all like the gun guys, I was arguing with this ranger one time that he said that if somebody does something, he's just going to shoot them. You can't do that. This isn't Iraq and Afghanistan. You just can't shoot anybody, right? In this country, you're more likely to get in a physical altercation than a gunfight. And so many gun people, like, they don't know how to fight. They don't. They don't know how to defend themselves. And some of them do try to go on the mats and get their ass kicked, and they get humbled, and they never want to come back because they don't want to feel that way. So you do yourself a huge disservice when you have a gun and you think, fuck yeah, I'm ready. Like that ranger that I was arguing with, he's like, if somebody does something to me, I'm just going to shoot him. I'm like, you can't just do that. You can't just shoot somebody. You don't think maybe you have to de-escalate the situation? Maybe just, if you had the skills, tackle them down, call the cops or knock the dude out, whatever. But you think someone mouths off or like throws a water bottle at your truck and you're just going to fucking blast them? Like, that's not how that works. You're probably going to go to jail. You can't shoot your way out of everything. And for some of you who think, oh, yes, I do. I have my gun. I'm a concealed carry. I have the right to do it. I'm pretty sure someone in the comment section will correct me, but I'm pretty sure it happened in Riverside, and it was in or around a bar. And somebody was shooting the place up, and there was four people with guns, and only one of them took their gun out. Because everyone thinks I carry, and if shit pops off, guess I'm going to be ready. I'm going to draw. No. Those 3 people that didn't draw, they found out something the hard way. Oh, you know what? I don't think I'm about that life. Because you go out to the range, and there's nothing wrong with going to the range and shooting and going to matches and going to the tactical games. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all good. But there's a difference between that and then out here in the real world and being like, you know what? Now I am going to send harm and like try to kill somebody for real. And that's a decision you have to make. And there's idiots on the street that are in gangs or whatever, and they just fucking do it without even thinking about it, right? But it takes something to be able to like, hey, there's this line, and I can step it. And some dudes who go overseas think that they can do it, but there's a huge difference between being overseas and doing that versus coming here. And I know a lot of people are they're already fucking butthurt. I don't argue. I've said this multiple times. I don't argue online. If I feel like you're trying to say something like a legit conversation, I might write, but I don't. And I've always said, hey, if you want to find me and talk about something, have at it. But I'm saying this because I want our community to be better. The game is changing. And look back of the tactics, the instructors, the type of training that was out there in the gun community, right? That was in there like in the early 2000s. And now look where it's at today. Where it's at today is what it's going to be like in a couple of years when we think far back of how much we've advanced. The gunfighter nowadays, more people know martial arts, right? Because of the UFC. So your average gunfighter, like I think in the future where it's going, I think they're going to know how to fight because of social media, the access to training videos and stuff like that. I think the gunfighter is going to get more athletic, strong, like balanced, not just have strength and not just have conditioning, right? And they're going to be able to do a lot. So I want us to go there. And I've said this for a long, long, long time. Think about it. This is why I like martial arts, because there's a lot of comparisons to what was UFC 1. Nobody knew what worked. And then because the Gracies, Jiu-Jitsu won, so everybody thought, hey, you had to do Jiu-Jitsu. For the longest time, a lot of the black belts and MMA were doing great. But now that's not it. Like, Jiu-Jitsu isn't king. If you look at the current champs and the top-ranking guys, you're talking about like wrestlers who have a striking background as well. The game has evolved in martial arts. And I truly believe in the gun community, it's going to do the same thing. How much longer can we do this whole 25-meter bay, pistol class, rifle class? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But the game is changing. If you're not going to change with it, you're going to get left behind. I promise you. I've been saying this for a couple years, and now the ball is rolling. It's not rolling as fast as it did from UFC 1 to where the martial arts is at now, because there's things that it takes a while, because you have to master your firearm, but now you also need self-defense skills, like strike, wrestling, knives. Can't forget about knives or weapons. And you need strength and conditioning. But like now more than ever, I feel like the population, because of like the sparring races, marathons, ultra marathons. You have what's that company? The event, like the Hydrix, right? And then you have tactical games, and you have all these things that I feel the gun community has been a part of more and more. So the quality of fitness in the gun world has increased, even though yes, we do have an issue as a country. I think in the gun community it has gone up, right? Fitness overall, but we can get better than that. At that, and same with martial arts, because I get it. We got guns, right? You're not gonna go to war with your fist. You're not gonna, whatever, defend your house with your fist. Like I get it. It's the tool of having a gun, but come on, think about how many gun incidents there are in this country versus physical altercations, and just by the numbers, you're more likely to be in a physical altercation than you are in a gunfight, right? You don't have to kill somebody. You can just, de-escalate the situation. You can wait for authorities to come. And if you have to kill somebody, I mean, think about it. Like, with all my experience, being a former gang member, fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan, right? Being a part of the special operations community, fighting in the ring and fighting in the ring and being on the mats. Like, there's not one part of me that wakes up and is like, I can't wait to fucking let somebody fuck around and find out. No, it's like, I don't want anything. I don't want any trouble. I don't, obviously, I'm not a violent person. And that's what I think a lot of people who aren't part of our world might think, like, oh, this dude's a fucking former Army Ranger. He's, fought in the ring, he's on the mats. This dude's a violent person. No, I'm not. Like, I'm not a violent person. I hope I never have to, do anything like gun wise to anybody. But if the moment does come, right, I want my performance, because there's so many cameras these days. I would love my performance to be captured, kind of like my combat footage. And I want it to be so good that people fucking talk about it. And they're like, did you see? Wait till you see this fucking shit. Wait till you see what this motherfucker did. But I'm not fucking praying like, oh, I can't wait to fucking let somebody fuck around and find out. I love the gun world. Like, I love it. But I'm not a gun guy. Like, somebody told me, they're like, hey, you have to find your, like, niche, your fucking, like, somebody once tried to tell me, oh, you got to be like Tim Kennedy, Look, you fight in the ring and Muay Thai, and you're a former Ranger, like, you got to be like him. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you think I started training martial arts in 2010 because I'm like, oh, later on in the far future, there's going to be this thing called Instagram, and I'm going to show them that I know martial arts and I'm in the military. Like, no, I just do things. And then one day someone's like, hey, I see that you're a father. You should be like the prepared dad. I'm like, prepared dad? Like, look, I've been at the ranges. We're all talking. And some guys, you just hear them talk and you're like, bro, you are like too prepared. You were like, I bet you're at your house and you just got your fucking gun pointed at your front door, just waiting for somebody to go in. And it's like, my guy, like, life is going to pass you. And you're going to be like, maybe I should have spent more time with my kids, with my wife, with my family, instead of freaking the fuck out and thinking someone's coming through my door right now. Bro. So when someone's like, hey, you got to be the prepared dad, I'm not a fucking prepper like that, like a prepared dad. No, I'm a fucking dad because I'm a dad and I love being a dad. And I'm not anything. So, like, I'm not a gun guy, and maybe I'm not the guy you should watch, right? I'm because I'm not gonna blow smoke up people's ass in the gun community because I want to get those sponsorships or want to be accepted. I don't know anyone who doesn't want to be accepted by their peers, but to be liked by everybody, I don't think that's a possibility because the vast majority of people don't do the right thing. So in this gun world, I'm not a gun guy. Like, the vast majority, if you're seeing the same thing that I'm seeing online, a lot of dudes are out of shape. They don't know martial arts. They stay in their own little thing, and that's all they do because they're not good at, like, if they were to go to matches, the dudes who go to matches will fucking fail at the tactical games. Dudes do CQC like fucking all day, every night, and like it looks smooth like butter, baby, when they clear rooms. But it's like, what is going on that you're clearing rooms so much? You're not law enforcement, right? Guess what? You spend more time in and around vehicles. You should probably do vehicle training. You aren't a cop or a security guard. You should probably be training concealed carry more than outside the waist, room clearing. Like, what are you doing? Right? I went to school to be a registered dietitian, and that stuff has helped me so much into like life because I took microbiology, psychology, advanced nutrition, human anatomy, like stuff that helps to like optimize and be the best. And some of these people, like I gave props, or like I did the video about what I thought about comparative shooting. And like so many people were like in the competitive shooting world, they're like, yeah. And they use words like efficient and, high standard and speed and all this and that. And I'm like, bro, come on, speed. You can't run to save your life. Efficient, you aren't doing anything efficient if it was like an actual gunfight. Some of the stuff that you're doing, tactics wise, is fucking garbage. You would not do it in a gunfight. I mean, high risk, high reward. I get that part. I mean, and you should too. So maybe you would do it. And like standards, come on, man. Like everyone had a creed in the special operations community, and those words weren't just words I said while I was in the military. It's like what I'm trying to do and live by, because those are good words to live by. And everyone's got their own little creed or whatever. But like, if you're trying to live by it, it's hard to be up to a certain standard. So most people aren't going to do the right thing. They're just not. So I don't feel like I'm going to be liked or by everybody. So maybe I shouldn't be your go-to gun guy, because I'm not a gun guy. I like shooting. I have a lot of experience on the streets and overseas. A lot of people you guys follow have years, X amount of years, and deployments and missions, but that doesn't mean combat. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can be in the special operations community for a long time and not even shoot or get shot at. You can go on deployments and not necessarily shoot or get shot at. You can even be on missions, operations, and still not be shot at or get shot, right? Or shoot people. So there's a difference. I have combat experience, and I'm not trying to minimize anybody, because no one should be blamed or looked down upon why they did or didn't do. Fuck, with all my combat experience, people were still like, some people get, I know they're trying to like push my buttons, but it doesn't work. It's not going to work. But they'll be like, oh, but did you deploy with regiment? No, I fucking didn't deploy with regiment. But I pulled bombs out of the fucking road with my bare hands and dealt with suicide bombers and did all this stuff. Experience matters, but it's not everything, right? Today, I got a message, and it's somebody who used my combat footage. And it's like, look, man, and it was a Memorial Day video. I don't care if people take my combat footage and they don't give me credit, or even if they take it and they still like, even if they put my name, like, I don't fucking care. But like, the dude took it, used it as Memorial Day footage, and like put some gay country song over it. And it's like, bro. And in the past, I used to say it doesn't matter, and I just cared that it was out there, because of like Ukraine and stuff like that. I think that footage is even cooler, but obviously they can't use Ukraine war footage on Memorial Day. They got to use GWAT stuff. So they use mine, and it's like, look, in the past I didn't think too much about it, or maybe I didn't say it. But I look at this page and what they do and who follows them and what those people look like. And it's like, bro, why? How come you didn't want to give credit to the short, small brown dude who, yeah, he used to be a former gang member and puts, gangster music and corridos in the videos. You know what you were doing. And if you don't want to give me credit, that's fine. I don't care. But it's for not everybody, but I know with enough people, because I've dealt with it, it's because of how I look, right? So, again, maybe I'm not the guy you got to follow, but I tell you what, I'm trying to better the community, set the fucking example, and I've been doing it for 10 years. I just got over a respiratory infection, and I'm in here working out again. I'm like, hey, tell my boy, John, hey, let's get some of those fucking mags going. Got the listo, gallo, rooster, and the pumpkin. And now it's back to fucking working out. Because what is the alternative? Like, did I do nothing? Sometimes when I'm in the bullpen for a jiu-jitsu competition and anxiety is fucking raised, fucking so high in my head, and I feel like I'm gonna fucking shit my pants, I'm thinking like, bro, you're doing this to yourself. You don't even have to fucking be here. You can literally just chill. No one is forcing you to be in this fucking bullpen and go compete in front of dozens of people. But think about it. What is the fucking alternative? That I do absolutely nothing. You're gonna go to the range. You're gonna go shoot. You spend all this money. Why not save it and go buy yourself a fucking nice car? Or you don't have to buy all this training shit. Like, there's cops. They can protect you. But like, the alternative is what? I am not a prepared individual. But the funny thing is, and it's happened, right? You have special operation dudes who went overseas, did everything right, and they died. You have professional fighters who've probably been at bars here and there and then get knocked the fuck out because somebody just fucking swung on them. So it's not like, our time in the range and on the mats doesn't matter, but it's like that's just how the universe is. Like, you can do everything, and then you can be a pro fighter and get knocked out or get shot. You can be a special operations guy or a former special operations guy, and then some fucking gangbanger can just shoot you. And it's like, yeah, but like, so what? Should I just not do anything? Should I just get fat, lazy, not know how to use a firearm? And I've been doing this for 10 years. 10 years that I've been out. So, back to my main point. I didn't think the martial arts community was going to get so butthurt. The dude was a black belt. He only goes shooting and only touches his firearm when he goes shooting, because he thinks that's the only time you can touch a firearm. So he should know better. And all the fucking gun guys who are like, yeah, you don't fucking know any better. You're more likely to be in a physical altercation than a gunfight. But you have this false sense of security that like somehow you're doing something. And like, even if you're strong, and strength does matter. So for the dudes who are like, bodybuilders, big guys ain't shit. No, yeah, they are. Because even a fucking crappy form punch from a big guy can knock you the fuck out. But society makes it feel like the bigger, the better. And that's not true. Because I have years of being at fucking schools, war, selections, everything, and seeing so many people freeze, raise their fucking hand, and say, I quit, I'm done. Right? So you gotta believe in yourself. Right? Believe in yourself. That's where it starts. You know how many dudes look like fucking Thor, Captain America, that quit when I was at pre-RASP, airborne school, Ranger school, fucking even war, man. War. I got attached to third group, and I remember one of the vehicles was giving us problems. I think it was a Razor. And they sent this gigantic fucking support dude, and we got in a firefight. And as I was leaving the truck, I knew he was behind me. The mission is done. And all I see is the Alpha. I'd be like, get him the fuck out of here today. And I remember thinking, like, what the fuck happened? And one of my boys was like, oh, you don't know? He didn't get out of the truck. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So I am tired. This respiratory thing fucked me up. It fucked me up. It put me on my fucking ass. And it's funny because my wife got sick, but all she got was like the fucking sniffles for half a day. Meanwhile, I was fucking dying. Crazy. So, I'm working on my book. It's gonna have war stories, but it's not like a war story book. Right? I'm a former gang member, turned Army Ranger. I'm a community leader, kidney donor, entrepreneur. And you see all that. But there's what was happening like internally. And sometimes, if you believe it or not, it wouldn't match, man. Like, for a lot of that stuff, I was nervous. I was scared. I didn't know. Like, when people are like, oh, a race or a competition, like, you're going to win. And they're like, fuck yeah, I'm going to knock this dude out. I'm like, bro, where do you find that? Either it's you're a fucking psychopath or you're just lying. But, like, I can't say it. I can't say yes. I didn't have any fucking achievements growing up. By the numbers, you'd be like, this dude ain't going to fucking pass. He's not going to make it in the special operations community. But I did. And even more and better than the selection, being attached to third group and proving myself in the mountains of Afghanistan and having the team sergeant, we're about to go on mission. And he goes, I want Cortez in my Razor. Hey, we go on this mission. Hey, Cortez, where you going? Oh, I'm with them. I'm like, oh, fuck, no, come with us. Because I fucking proved myself, right? Operating and living at 9,000 feet, living at 9,000 feet and operating as high as 12,000 feet elevation and fucking proving myself, right? So again, you gotta believe in yourself. Hopefully you got something out of this. I'll see you on the range, mats, or the gym.